raised to 2 by 3. 2 by 3 like 3 by 10. Okay, so we have done it. Raise your hand. Very good. Alright. Okay. What's your answer? Third, fourth page. Behind us.
2 by 3 3x plus y raised to 1 by 3 minus.
That's it, sure. What's your name? Okay. Rupali. While this is right, okay, but we need something more. When we use the chain rule, right? With this, you have to multiply the differentiation of 3x plus. Okay, then understood. This part is okay, but with this, you'll have to multiply the differentiation of 3x plus, right? You got through half of the bit, right? Next time I'm sure you'll get to the end. Okay, so this is what we get. And final answer will be differentiation of this is 3. So that 3 will cancel this 3. And final answer will be 2 times 3x plus 5. The whole raised to minus 1. Who got this answer? Okay, very good. Okay, I'm showing the whole process by 2 methods. One by writing the steps and one direct. Basic one. Okay, if you don't write the steps, you will do it very fast. Let's start. So first of all, I've told you that whatever you are seeing here, you can take it as y, for example. So let y be equal to 3x plus 5. Okay. So now what we have to find has become dy raised to 2 by 3 by dx. Is that okay?
Yes.
Yes or no?
Yes.
What have we done? We have given this bracket as y. Okay. Now does this match with this? No. So what do we have to do? We have to use chain. That's why we have to use chain. Okay, so what shall we write? dy raised to 2 by 3 and then I write dx here. What should I put below this? In the denominator? dy. Is that okay?
Yes.
And over here?
dy.
Understood?
Yes.
Okay, now differentiation of this one. Easy thing.
Yes.
That would be 2/3 y raised to minus 1 by 3, correct?
Yes.
2/3 y raised to minus 1 by 3 into dy by dx. Now there I am going to put y's value. I'll write this whatever we have assumed, that is assumed. And here also I do the same. So 2/3 3x plus 5 raised to minus 1 by 3 multiplied by, over here what do we get? 3 dx by dx plus d5 by dx. Correct or not? And d5 by dx is 8 by dx is 1 into 3 is 8 into 3 is 3 into 3 can 3 by 3. Final answer is okay. These are the steps. Take one of them nowadays. How to do it directly? Have a look here. First of all, I'm going to say from the outside, the first thing is applied, that is power. So this is something raised to 2 by 3. What's the power rule? If you have got x raised to n, then its differentiation becomes x raised to n minus 1. Is that okay?
Yes.
So accordingly, this shall become something. No, 2 by 3 first of all, and x raised to. So now something raised to. Something is 3x plus 5 raised to 2 by 3 minus 1. This part is clear?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
But after this, we will take that something. This is the something, isn't it? Differentiate. What is differentiation of 3x plus 5? It is going to be 3 plus 0. Correct or not? It is going to be 3 plus 0. So 3 plus 0 means 3. Multiply that. You do it like that. But gradually you have to move towards this method where you can do it without writing. Understood? Okay or not okay? You just have to keep multiplying things. Which you may not. Yep. Here there is a multiplication. That's this one. Alright, I hope you can see the steps here. After step, after. From there we jump to this one today. Did you get there? Yes or no?
Yes.
Okay. is how you can do it without writing, and that's how you can do it with writing. Got it? Let's move to the next question.
Yes.
Fine. Do you have queries, anyone? Anywhere? Sure, everything clear? What is the second one? D by dx of 1 upon
Root x.
root x
Plus x.
plus. Okay, who has got an answer? Alright, yes, Viral. What's your answer?
Minus 1 upon 2
That's minus 1 upon 2.
into x. This
અહીંયા
direct
તું ડાયરેક્ટ બોલી તો હું ડાયરેક્ટ લખી તું બોલ
D
ડાયરેક્ટ જ બોલ ને આન્સર બોલ આન્સર આઈ વોન્ટ ફાઇનલ આન્સર આઈ ડોન્ટ વોન્ટ એનીથિંગ એલ્સ
x raised to minus 3 upon 2 plus minus 1 x raised to minus
can't be. There are several mistakes. I see what you have done. Okay, here. See, 1 upon 3 plus 3 is not 1 upon 3 plus 1 upon 3. Okay, that's what you have done. This is wrong. Understood what you have done and what's wrong? Okay or not okay? You have separated these two and you have written 1 by root x plus 1 by x and then you have done its differentiation. Am I right? Am I right or not? No. So that's not correct. Okay. Right? No problem. Okay, yeah, that's the next time. You cannot split the denominator. Right? You can only split the numerator. Basically, if it would be something like a plus b upon c, then you can write that as a by c plus b by c. But if it is c upon a plus b, you cannot write it as c upon a plus. Alright? This is a lesson not just for her, it's for everyone. Please be careful with it. Okay? આવી mistakes થાય over LCM કેવું દેવામાં ગડબડ કરો ત્યારે બધું થાય. Okay? Any other answer? Anyone? कोई तो कोई कहीं करू नहीं केम ट्राई एकदम करी के ट्राई करी थी ओके ये नंदी नहीं बचा
minus
या माइनस
in bracket x raised to 1 by 2 plus x whole raised to minus into 1 by 2 into x raised to minus 1 by 2
माइनस
1 by 2
ओके
plus 1
you have done it 100% on your own sure well done this is right well done sit down. You know what I am also happy about is she was able to speak this complicated mathematical expression without hesitation. બોલવાની ટ્રાય કરી જો એકવાર તો ખબર પડશે કે લોકો છે બોલવું છે બરાબર ને ક્યાં પાવર આવે ને શું આવે પ્લસ ને માઈનસ maths is difficult to speak actually. Okay, how do we get this? Who else has got this answer? Okay, well done. Who has got half of it? What look on it? Alright. And then something went wrong here. What look on it? Anyone? No? Okay, let's do it. બે method કરાવો પહેલા proper method પછી directly answer લેવો. So first of all, you know it's like this, so you cannot do anything with it except writing it like this. Is it clear? Clear or not clear?
Yes.
Sure.
Yes.
Or not sure? Can they work? Inverse means 1 upon. You find raised to minus 1 is 1 upon. Okay. So what should we assume as y now?
Root x
Let root x plus x is equal to I. In fact, instead of root x, you can write x raised to half. Correct or not?
Yes.
Okay, so this is 1. Now we put it over there. Who has done something like this? Raise your hand. Who got something like this? Okay, right? Very good. So you were on the right track. Yes or no?
Yes.
Fine. Now what next should we do? Chain rule.
Yes.
So what should I write? dy raised to minus 1 upon dy, and then multiplied by dy by dx. Okay or not? Okay?
Yes.
Alright. So now what's this? આ તો એકદમ ઈઝી ને બધાને આવડે ને કોને આવડશે આ રેઝ યોર હેન્ડ બાકીને બધાને ડિફરન્શિએશન ના રૂલ્સ લખવા આપી દો એવું કરીએ એવું ન કરવું પડશે ને I think it is necessary or not necessary to know the rules of differentiation. Like you know, like but it was my run. Yes, Sidral. Both minus 1. Right? Minus y raised to minus. Okay or not okay? ये लोगों ने याद ना हो तो है रूल्स જોઈ લેજો એકવાર બરાબર and trust me it's required that's why we have written okay એક પણ નકામ વસ્તુ તમને નહીં લખાવવા as I have told you okay into sit down well done now what is y d by dx bracket x raised to half plus x okay here we can easily put y's value there's no big deal. So what should I get? Here I get x raised to half plus x the whole raised to minus 2. And now over here, who can tell me this term differentiation? Raise your hand. I will give you time to answer. I don't want the answer. I want you to do the process while you stand up and let everyone see how to do the process. Nobody is confident about the process. Energy.
So, 1 by 2 x raised to minus 1 by 2.
Okay. X 1 by 2 x raised to minus 1 by 2. That is differentiation of
dx 1 by 2 by dx.
yes of the first term. Correct? Is that okay or not okay?
Yes.
What next?
So dx upon dx. 1.
Plus 1. Yes. The second term will be dx by dx. So that is going to be 1. So this is your answer? Yes or no? Sure?
Yes.
This, I mean, you can try and simplify a little bit, but frankly, I don't see the need. ये બધું આપણે maths is not our main thing, right? Okay, the differentiation करें, that's all we want. Well done. Sit down. Everything clear?
Yes.
Okay or not okay?
Yes.
Sure?
Yes.
Right? So this is how we use the chain rule in different cases. That's a shortcut. Well, how to do it for short? See, first of all, whenever you see a reciprocal, you have to get to this thing. There is no avoiding that. Now, this is something raised to a power. Yes or no? So, something raised to power. How to do differentiation of that? How to do differentiation of something raised to power? Use the x raised to n formula. Correct? So n into x is x minus 1. So n means minus 1 into something raised to मतलब सुनो 0 लगो minus 2 लगो clear or not clear? I should write minus 2. Is that fine?
Yes.
Everyone got there?
Yes.
Sure?
Yes.
Okay. That's it. But it's not complete. Now you have to take that something. This was the something, wasn't it?
Yes.
What to do with that something? Differentiate. Do it differentiate. So this is x raised to half. X raised to half differentiation is 1 by 2 x raised to minus 1 by 2. And all this has to be multiplied. And then here x is differentiation 1 dx by dx is 1. So plus 1 because here we are using the addition. Is it okay or not okay?
Yes. Yes.
Fine?
Yes.
So this is how ગમે એવું હોય કંઈ લખવું ન પડે. Do you see that or not?
Yes.
But yes, the basic rules have to be clear. addition, power, all that. Alright, chain rule not a લખવાની જરૂર નથી એટલું બધું લખ્યું ને અહીંયા સીધો answer. Is that okay or not okay?
Yes.
Right? So hopefully now you will also be able to master it. Alright? Shall I erase everything from the board over here? Do you have questions? Anyone? And I like to remind everyone, those who did not try these questions at home, please try it. The homework given is for your practice. Check કરવા ન કરવાથી મને કોઈ લેવા દેવા નથી. મેં જોયું, મેં કોઈને પૂછ્યું તે કહ્યું કે નહીં દેખાડ. I will not do that every day. That's not worth everybody's time. Yeah. Occasionally I will definitely ask who has done it and who has not, and I might take some action. But the main thing always is that you learn. Practice કરીને આવ્યા હોય તો ચેક લાવડી તો હવે ગમે ત્યાં સમાવશે તો થઈ જશે. બીજા લોકોને નહીં થાય. So that's how students get separated from each other. બરાબર ને? The more practice you do, the more skills you will develop. Okay, let's go over to the next page. The last one we did was which one? A. Done, right?
Yes.
Okay. There I told you a concept. Let's see, do you remember that concept or not? When the velocity is maximum, what do we know? Acceleration will be zero. Correct or not?
Yes.
In fact, when anything is maximum or anything is minimum, its differentiation will be zero. આ sentence યાદ રાખવાનો છે. હવે લખવાનો હોય તો લખવાનો છે. Otherwise, the next chapter it will trouble you once again. All right. Well, number 9. Initially, a body is at rest. If acceleration is 5 meters per second square, then the distance traveled in 18th second. Who remembers that formula? Distance traveled during the nth second. Distance traveled during the nth second. Yes, Prisha.
B0 plus A by 2 bracket 2n minus 1.
Are you sure?
Delta x is equal to B0 plus A by 2 bracket 2n minus 1.
Okay, sure.
Yes.
Sit down. Correct. Fine. Hopefully you remember delta x during the nth second is V0 plus A by 2 2n minus 1. Correct or not?
Yes.
Okay. What is V0 here? Initial velocity and value would be
Zero.
Okay, why put it? Zero like
Rest.
initially at rest. Okay, so 0 plus how much acceleration?
5%.
Do you remember when you can use this?
Yes.
Only if acceleration is constant or uniform. Is that okay or not?
Yes.
Don't forget the conditions. Formula तो याद रह जाएगा अगर बच्चे क्या ले use नहीं करोगे क्या करना ठीक है. Okay, what is the n here? 18. So 80 to the minus 1. 35. Okay. It's answer yourself. What's the answer? 80. Okay. Let's go to the next question. We did it when we were solving the doubt, and I mean, you all listened anyway. Let's just go through it quickly. Question 10. It's 9 to 10. 3 different objects. Here are different objects. 3 different objects of masses m1, m2, and m3 are allowed to slide from rest from the same point O along 3 different frictionless paths. So it's about 3 objects that will slide down. In fact, this is a general question. Even if it would slide down at an angle, then also the answer would not change, to be very clear. even if the object would slide down at an angle, vertical or at an angle or even more angle, maybe something like this, then also it wouldn't matter, right? The angle is not relevant here. Why it is not relevant? There I obviously mentioned in next step or even the next, just 3, 4, 5, 5. Okay. Anyways, for the time being, so let's say they have masses m1, m2, and what are their masses? M1, M2, and the speed of 3 objects on reaching the ground. Then when this reaches here, when this reaches here, and when this reaches here, what will be the speed? What's the initial speed? 0. So if it moves from here to here, from some height, when it reaches here, we want to find its final speed. When something just moves down due to gravity, how much is its acceleration?
Minus 9.
G downward, that is we will say 9.8 down. Correct or not?
Yes.
Sure?
Yes.
Everyone get there?
Yes.
So the acceleration of the first one is minus g, downward negative, upward positive. Same thing for all. Now if acceleration is same and they are falling from the same height, if acceleration is same and they are falling from the same height, then final speed will also be same. Can you prove that?
Yes.
It's okay, final speed will be same. Okay. Whenever you want to prove something, maths. Whatever equation number, show that mass is of no use here. How do you relate final velocity with this acceleration and with this height? By third equation of kinematics. Yes or no?
Yes.
Do you remember that?
Yes.
If acceleration is constant, we can use third equation of
Kinematics.
Sure.
Yes.
So let's use that. So what's the third equation of kinematics?
Minus V0 squared.
I am frankly not going to talk about the slanted ones, right? It will, I mean, it's going to give us the same answer, but still will not talk about it. So 2 minus g. How much is displacement from here to here?
X.
Minus n. Be little bit careful. Okay. Final velocity we want to find. Initial velocity is
0.
Okay, so does this final velocity anyway depend on m, the mass?
No.
Yes or no?
No.
Make sense or not?
Yes.
What we are getting by this equation is that the velocity with which it reaches here or here or here does not depend on its mass m. And ultimately, whether mass m1 or m2 or m3 doesn't matter. Mass plays no role in this particular case. Did you get that?
Yes.
Okay. So they all will come here with the same velocity. How much velocity? Under root 2gn. But the same ratios are. When three things are same, their ratio is 1:1:1. Correct or not? Okay. तुमने एग्जाम में किया था Answer of 11th is 4u squared by g. I'll just give you a quick hint and then we'll go to the next. It says that there is a tower and something is thrown up with a speed u, initial speed. And then when it goes up and falls back down here, how much is its speed? 3u. Is that okay? Goes up, falls down, the speed is 3u. Speed is 3u. If you take upwards positive and downwards negative, at this point B, the velocity of the object will actually be minus. Why minus? Downwards velocity is a vector. Downwards would indicate negative velocity. Is it fine? Speed 3u, velocity is minus. Got it? So we have got these things. And based on that, we have to find the height of the tower, means displacement. Correct or not? The height is not exactly displacement, but displacement would be minus h. Correct or not correct?
Yes. Yes.
Why minus A? From A, this is A, to B, downward. Right or not?
Yes,
Segment is A to B, downward. Anyone still having a little bit of confusion over there? Upwards, nothing? Anyone? Sure?
Yes,
This
sir.
concept is absolutely clear to you. We have gone through it few times earlier, but I just want to ensure that you have understood.
Yes,
Displacement from A to B is downward, not upward. Even the ball was first going up, but then it ultimately goes down. Right? So you put all this in the equation of kinematics, any one of your choice, see which one gets you the answer. Alright? That I'll leave for you. Okay, let's go to the next question. Well, the velocity of a body moving with uniform acceleration. Read the text carefully, everyone. Don't just look at the numbers. Read the text also very carefully. So, what is given? The velocity of the body moving with uniform acceleration is 30 meters per second in 2 seconds and 60 meters per second in 4 seconds. So, can you find its acceleration from this data? At t equal to 2 seconds, velocity was how much? 30 meters per second. At t equal to 4 seconds, the velocity becomes 60 meters per second. So, can you find out its acceleration from this data? Is acceleration constant? Yes or no?
Yes.
So suppose it was at point A at t equal to 2 seconds and now it is at point B at t equal to 4 seconds. Over here it was moving with a velocity 30 meters per second. Over here it was moving with a velocity 60 meters per second. Who can find its acceleration? With hint, acceleration constant. What to do? Equations of kinematics. Which one? Raise your hand for if you think first equation is suitable. Raise your hand if you think first equation is suitable to find acceleration. तो कोई ने उन्हें तो ना कैसा रामा तो initial velocity पूछ ले पहला acceleration तो find करो Raise your hand if you think we can use first equation to find acceleration. Okay, raise your hand now for second equation. Third. Others out. But you करो ना भाई, you know करो. Give me one reason to not send you out or not choosing any of the equations. Vector choose करो. बाहर जाने बीक रही है तो બધું આવડે. It shouldn't happen like this any other time now. Is that clear?
Yes.
કે કોને એવું લાગે કે સમજ જ ન પડી કે ઇક્વેશન ઓફ કાઇનેમેટિક્સ શું કામ યુઝ કરવાની? રેઝ યોર હેન્ડ. એવું હશે ભોગતો હશે ને? How do I know we should use equations of kinematics? And what do we want to find? Actually, we want to find initial velocity, but first we'll have to find acceleration. Without that, we'll not get the answer. Problem શું છે? Decide કેમ નથી કરી શકતા? કેમ 1 2 3 કેમ મોટા બધા લોકો હાથ નથી કર્યો? I don't understand. What's the trouble? કે તમે first કહેશો તો પછી કઈ તમને લખવા નહીં આપું. મેં તમને શું કીધું ખબર છે? Doing calculation is the easiest part of physics. But trying to answer why we are doing this method that we are doing is the toughest part. So તમે tough part થી તો ભાગવા માંડો. ખાલી તમારે calculation જ કરવું છે તો તમને કઈ આવડે જ નહીં. You have to start thinking why this method only, why not something else? What's good about this method? યાદ છે બે ત્રણ દિવસ પહેલા તમને કરવા દીધો હતો. તો કે નહોતું દીધો. કયો તો કે નહોતું દીધો. કેવો તો ને અડધે સુધી કેવો તો પછી પ્રોબ્લેમ આવી. You remember that song? એવું જ છે. Don't depend on my brain or my intelligence. Cultivate yours. Which equation?
Second.
Who says first now? Who says second? Third. Who is absolutely clueless? Or undecided, that is. Don't know which one to use, 1, 2 or 3. એવું કોઈ નથી. બાકી બધા શું કરે છે આ ક્લાસ કે ખબર પડે. Since the total is not equal to the strength of the class. Maybe I should keep the row. હવે એવું થશે નેક્સ્ટ ટાઈમ આવી કે ઓપ્શન આવશે એટલે જેનો આન્સર પર નહીં થાય જેનો આન્સર પર થશે એને હું વાય પૂછીશ અને જેનો આન્સર ઉપર નહીં થાય એને ગેટ આઉટ. બરાબર ને? I have to one of them. Okay, who says first? Raghav, why so?
So because acceleration is constant, then we need to find the initial velocity.
We need to find initial velocity. Okay. So chalo gadiye ne v equal to v0 plus 80. All right, Raghav. Which point to which point are we doing this calculation? A to B. Now help me put values. Help me put the values.
60.
Louder.
60.
60. Very good.
30.
But did we want to find initial velocity? You know, we want to find initial velocity. So, is he right in putting 30 here? Is he right in putting 30 here?
Yes, sir.
Yes or no?
Yes.
Who says yes? Who says no? Not right. Keep not right. We want to find V0.
Yes.
Okay. Why is he right?
Starting from point A.
We are observing from point A. Yes, so that's the correct reason. So V0 will be 30. This V0 is not what we want to find. Correct or not? When nothing else is mentioned, initial velocity means at which time? When nothing else is mentioned, initial means which time? Huh? Sorry? Initial means which time?
From starting.
Starting. But what will be T's value? 2. Not for this. Read the question. I'm talking about the question. The second sentence of the question says the initial velocity is. Means we have to find the velocity at which time? Do we have to find it at 2 seconds? It already આપેલી છે ને મોટો મોટો ક્વેશ્ચન લખીને શું Raghav, same question to you. The question says the initial velocity is. So this initial velocity is at which time?
At 2 seconds we have to find the
At 2 seconds we have to find velocity.
initial velocity and
At 2 seconds we have to find initial velocity. મને એક બહુ જોરદાર જોક યાદ આવ્યો બધાને દર વર્ષે કહો જાઓ તમે તમને નથી હમણાં કહો it's a joke with a lot of lesson, okay, a lot of learning inside it for you all. Initial velocity means at which time? Open question everyone, come on, let's see what is your interpretation of the question. Okay, yes, Hemanshi.
From the which point we start.
So at what time? एकदम simple question है. At what time? मोटो मोटो आंसर नहीं. मने टाइम की वैल्यू दे. 1 second, 2 second, 4 second, 10,000 second, 1 million second, 0 second. Who says so? Yeah, correct. नहीं लखाયું तो एक बार.
Yes, sir.
When nothing is given, initial means
0.
t equal to 0. 0 नहीं, I think t equal to
0.
याद आया होगा?
Yes, sir.
So we have to find what's the velocity at t equal to 0, right? At t equal to 0. So first of all, we'll find acceleration. Sit down, sit down. Okay. So plus a
Acceleration.
wait, 0 कौन बोले? T is 0.
2 seconds. 2 seconds.
कौन गया? 2 बड़ा क्या है? जो तो जरा 2 सेकंड.
Yes, sir.
वो है. कौन गया है? 2. Raise your hand clearly. हम ना पूछो. क्या जरूरत है?
Final standing is 4 seconds and initial is 2 seconds. So minus.
क्या हुआ है? ये initial time is 2, that's why 2.
Delta T equals.
हाँ, very good. चलो, हाँ याद है बहुत सारू क्या. Sit down. And what's your question?
Sir, after t is equal to 0
Yes, of course. We are definitely having this final question. At t equal to 0, what is the value of velocity? But right now, we are trying to solve the first hurdle. The first hurdle is what is acceleration. Without that, I mean, we can get it, of course. No point to the everything. But this method is straightforward. Understood? So first of all, we are doing calculation for A to B. So time interval is t. T is not time. That is confusion. T is not time. T is time interval. So how much is time interval from this to this? 2 seconds. Understood? So acceleration would be 15 meter per second. Now I will find out what is the velocity at t equal to 0 by doing once again. Suppose here t equal to 0, O point. O to A. Did you understand?
Yes.
Now I am going to do my calculation from O to A. Clear or not clear?
Yes.
Everyone?
Yes.
Okay. Which equation should I use to find the velocity here? First, V equal to V0 plus AT. Which point is initial? O is initial. Yeah. V0 is not initial. V0 is initial velocity. O is the initial point. A is the final. So final velocity means velocity at which point? 0. I mean O, A or B? A. Clear?
Yes.
How much is the velocity there?
30.
V0 means initial velocity. Correct or not?
Yes.
How is mine running? A 15. B
2.
2 and 8. 2K 2 minus 0. 2 minus 0. Is it fine?
Yes.
Sure?
Yes.
So what do we get? V0 equal to
0.
Is 0 now? Is this clear? V0 is equal to 0. You can do this very easily. Have a look. But in our is for sense common sense also. But this will definitely help. See, what is going on is in 2 seconds, by a constant acceleration, velocity changes from 30 to 60. So, do you realize that here in 2 seconds, if it changes from 30 to 60, then if you go back 2 seconds, then it will be changing from 30 to 0. Is that okay or not okay?
Yes.
And this is happening because acceleration is
Constant.
Clear or not clear?
Yes.
Sure?
Yes.
So this you will only understand if you understand the true meaning of acceleration. Acceleration means in 1 second, how much velocity changes. So here we are getting 15. What that means is in 1 second, velocity is changing by 15. So plus 15 plus 15. Like that, minus 15 minus 15, and you get 0. Understood?
Yes.
Right. So બીજી method કે લખવાની જેમ તમારો ફેવરેટ લેજો. I don't care. Right? Yes. Somehow you have a very
No, sir, here, can you find acceleration by average acceleration? Sir, because
Yeah, you can do that. You can also find acceleration by calculating average acceleration because here acceleration is constant. So whenever something is constant, its average is the same thing, right? Yes. That was it. એવું લખે ને a equal to 60 minus 30 upon 4 minus 2. Right? That 60 minus 30 upon 2. Right? Okay, fine. Let's go to the next question. Or not? કોને એવું છે કે આટલી બધી વાર નથી લગાડવાની સર? Raise your hand. Okay, fine. Now, 13th question. Velocity of particle moving with constant acceleration at an instant t0 is 10 meter per second. Minus 0 question. જો એ તમને આવડે, especially those who raise hand. The velocity of a particle moving with constant acceleration at an instant t0. Instant means what? At some particular time. For example, instant of 5 o'clock in this watch. Okay, in this watch clock. Alright, 5 o'clock. That particular instant. So at time t equal to t0, this question 13. At time t equal to t0, what is the velocity?
10 meter per
10 meter per second. Then it says that after 5 seconds, after 5 seconds, time will be t0 plus 5. Is that okay or not okay?
Yes.
What's the velocity? 20 meter per second. Then the question is, at a time 3 seconds before, means t0 minus. Did you get there?
Yes.
Before means in past. Yes or no? So less time. Clear or not clear?
Yes.
T0 minus 3 is clear.
Yes.
As time proceeds, t0, t0 plus 1, t0 plus 2, the clock will tick. Unda jao. So t0 minus 1, minus 2 and minus 3, 3 seconds before. How much is the really? 4 meter per second. Okay. Done? Others? Same as something. Ali value badli nahi. Method is exactly the same. Can you do it without writing? Pehla ही try करो. Can you do it without writing? એવું તમને આવડે તો મને કહો, હું તો એમાં એક્સપર્ટ હું તો એવું જ શીખવાડીશ. પછી તમે નોટબુક કોરી કોરી રહેશે, પછી મારો વાંક નહીં એમાં. મને એવી હેબિટ છે કે હું લખું જ નહીં. મને સ્કૂલમાં બહુ વઢતા બધા એના માટે. કંઈક તો લખ, પણ કઈ શું લખવાનું? માઇન્ડમાં થઈ ગયો, અંદર આવી ગયો, તમારે શું જોઈએ? એવું જ કંઈક. Done? Look at this. This is your hint. In 5 seconds that occurred here, what happened to velocity? Don't say doubled. How much did it increase? It increased by 10. In 5 seconds, it increased by 10. If acceleration is constant. So, so how many seconds are you going back? 3 seconds. So it will decrease. Correct or not? By how much? Velocity will decrease. By how much?
6
Velocity will decrease by 6. Who understood that? Velocity will increase by 6. Sorry, decrease by 6. Decrease by 6. Okay. See, every 1 second, it's going to increase by 2 meter per second. Yes or no?
Yes.
Clear or not clear? Every 1 second is going to increase by 2 meter per second. Who can see that? Right? With that talk. Alright, 5 seconds again increase again 10. So 1 second again 2. That is because acceleration is constant. It will not happen otherwise. Okay. So in 1 second it is increasing by 2. So 3 seconds pachal jao in this. So 6 decrease the distance. So answer will be 4, not 6. Is that okay or not okay?
Yes.
10 minus 2, 8. Pachi 8 minus 2, 6. And then one more time. 4. Got it?
Yes.
Fine.
Yes.
That's that. Right? Okay. Question 40. આઈ ગયો ને આપણે
Yes, sir.
તો હોમવર્ક માં આપી દો
No, sir.
પહેલા તમે લોકો ટ્રાય કરો ટુગેધર ઇઝ you done it? No. Yes. Nothing. A stone is dropped from a height S. Simultaneously. Simultaneously means
At the same
at the same time. What is done? Something is thrown up. You understand? Okay, this stone is thrown up. Let's call this number 2. Let's call this number 1. So first stone is dropped. So its initial velocity is 0. Second stone thrown up. So that it will reach how much maximum height? 4h, not h. Okay, so it will go all the way up to 4h. And then it will come down. Did you understand?
Yes.
But at some point these two will cross each other. Let's say they cross here. Cross means they are at the same place but going in opposite direction. What's that? Okay or not okay?
Yes.
They cross each other. Now, what's the question? After what time? So means we have to find at which time they will meet. Alright, shake hand and go away. So, to do that, what we need to understand is, first of all, what's the initial speed of this ball? So, calculation. If it goes to a maximum height 4h, you remember that relation between initial velocity of a object thrown upward and maximum height. It's high time that you remember it. Final velocity is 0. And itu baru dalam side mau kita belakang. Belakang sekarang itu. Yaad rakwan important. Derive it. Okay, it's an important derivative. Derive the maximum height of a stone or a ball or a particle thrown up with initial speed v0. So if you throw it up with initial speed v0, we have to find up to what height will it go? Means the maximum height. Any maximum height? This is capital H. This is the question. What is the velocity here? 0. Sure?
Yes.
Okay. So let's say this is point A and this is point B. Current direct. પછી આ સમ થાય. We'll solve this question later. This is more important for us, right? Basic we start with. Which equation to use? First. Third. Square. A to B. Easy, fine. Upward positive, downward negative. But you are dropping the ball and then get rid of it. Money out of the make a video work on it. Go and drop it. That number that one will another. What happened? acceleration we say it will be equal from here to here. A to B. Even after that is probability A to B of the distance. Acceleration divided by we don't want to find v0, we want to find height. What is 0? I0 and I0 initial velocity is 0 से बॉल ऊपर कैसे जाए? Well, let's see. Positive, negative. Define. Use the calculation from A to B. अरे नंबर वगैरह कैसे क्या आइडिया है? कहीं मिस्टेक है? Let's start. Third equation 2a delta x equal to v square minus v0. What do we want to find?
X.
2. A acceleration minus g. Why is it minus g?
Downward.
G will be the magnitude and minus is the direction. Okay or not?
Yes.
Delta x from A to B.
X.
Plus and minus.
X. Plus X.
Okay, why? Because that displacement from A to B is
Upward side.
upward. Got it?
Yes.
Equals final velocity
Zero.
minus
Minus
zero
V0
square. We don't
square.
know that, so leave it like that. And minus minus remove, so h will be equal to v0 square upon 2. Please remember this word. તમને યાદ નથી રહેતી બેનો વાર કીધું. If you cannot remember, I don't have a problem. Can you derive it within 30 seconds? ત્રણ સ્ટેપ કરવાના. Can you derive it within 30 seconds? Then you don't need to remember. 5 વાર derive કરશો ને એટલે ભાવી જશે. બરાબર ને? Okay. Fine. So that's what we need here in this question. હવે અડધું થઈ ગયું છે, થોડું તમારે કરવાનું. Can you find the initial velocity of this tool if we know that it goes to a maximum height of 4a? Okay, એટલું તમારે કરીને રાખવાનું. Use this relation. આમાં વેલ્યુ હોય મૂકી દેજો and find out what is v0 of this second tool. Understood? Alright, એટલું કરીને રાખવાનું કાલે.